want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, the honest apostle slash elders, which are GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. So with that being said, um, I want to go in the continuation of the Hebrew to the Hebrew breakdown, okay, of the Hebrew alphabet. All right. See here, we're going to deal with the letter Z or Za today. All right. It says here in the Hebrew, ancient Hebrew lexicon, it says the ancient pictograph of this letter is that show the symbol and it's some type of agricultural implement similar to a mattock or a plow. The meaning of this letter are harvest or crop, because if you look at it and you look, we're going to show it in post production where you can get a plow. As this tool is used in the harvesting of food, as from the harvest cut from the function of the implement and broad from its shape. The modern name for this letter is Zayin. Now they say it's Zayan though, Zayan, but was originally the parent root of Zan. When the Greeks adopted the letter, its name was originally Zan, but later became Zeta. The modern name for this letter in the Greek alphabet. Okay, the phonetic for this letter is a Z, as it is as it is in Greek and Arabic. The early Semitic pictograph was simplified and evolving in the late Semitic script and evolved into modern Hebrew, the modern Hebrew letter, which the modern Hebrew Za looks like a T, but it's actually meant to be an axe, because Zion goes back to cut or plow, you know. And they have some interesting things I want to bring out according to that too. It says the Greeks and Romans adopted this letter to become the letter Z. The late Semitic became the number 7, and that's why I want to bring out the importance of this letter on number, because this number is synonymous with the Sabbath, and 7 is completion, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very important number. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna switch over into the next production. Shalom. Once again, as you see here, this page I got up here, let's see here, it's Ancient Hebrew Research Center, plowing through history from the Aleph to the top, which is a lot. All right. So what we have here is the Hebrew alphabet. We can go through all the Hebrew alphabets here. Like I said, you gotta know your Paleo in order to connect it with the current. Okay. So with that being said, we're dealing with Zayan today. As we read earlier, you see it is synonymous with a plow or mattock. Okay. Zayan, early Hebrew, right here, as you see, Middle Hebrew, late Hebrew, and modern Hebrew, you see, as it progressed. Okay. Ancient name is Zan or Zayin. Pictograph, mattock, hoe, plow. Meanings, it means to food, it means food, cut, or to nourish. You know what I'm saying? And the sounds is Z. All right. History and reconstruction. It says the ancient pictograph of this letter is which is this right here, is some type of agriculture implement similar to a mattock or plow. The meaning of this letter are harvest, food, as from the harvest, cut from the function of implement, and broad from its shape. The mattock, the modern Hebrew name for this letter is Zayin or Zayan, all right, but was originally the parent root Zan. Okay, when the Greeks adopted the letter. So this is basically what I read earlier, but it's also with pictures. As you see, it started out with this. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna get another tab real quick because I don't want to lose anything. Look up mattock. All right.
This is a Madoc. As you can see, the modern Hebrew got this type of deal with it. All right, but if you look up uh, plow, Madoc plow, this is a perfect picture right here. All right, as you can see, it has the same. It has the same. It has the same type of characteristics of the letter Z, or the Zion. All right, got here. You know, it just don't have that handle part, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's continue on. I'm gonna get this next tab here. All right, it says Zion. I don't know if you can see this small, but it says spiritual man living the Torah brings freedom, digging into the word, being fruitful, spreading the good seed, remembering the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Zion is what? Equal to 7. And what's the Sabbath day? The seventh day. All right? It says the picture is of a mattock, an agricultural tool for working crops, the crop fields. There is no English word derived from this Hebrew letter, but it is similar to the letter Z, which did evolve out of this letter. Mattock, Zayin, the meaning is food cut and nourished. All right. Now I want to get this. They got a lot of bones in here, but it's some good information, some intriguing information that I found in here. All right. Let's see here. You see the advancement, you know, the pictograph, uh, Tav Ivry, and they got the book type. You know what I'm saying? Because the modern one is synonymous with a crown. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is what kind of caught my eye. All right, I want to read this right here first. It says the letter Zayin or Zayin is the seventh letter of the alphabet. Okay, or Alaf Bat. Having the numeric value of 7, the pictograph for Zayin looks like a sword, whereas the classical Hebrew script is constructed of a Vav, a Y, basically with a large crown on his head. You see here, large crown. All right, it says mystery of Zayin or Zayan is considered a crowned Y. Okay, because the Y is just the little bitty part right here. You know what I'm saying? All right. Just as Y represents Yashar, straight light from the Most High to man. Uh, he says so Zayin represents or returning light. Okay, the Bash or Baal Shem Tav told her what they say said that just as a woman of valor is the crown of her husband, so Zayin, the seventh letter, is the crown of Y. Okay, so they put their little shit in there. All right. So the meaning of Zayin is, like I said, is a paradoxical word since it means weapon or sword, but derives from a root word that means substance or nourishment. You know, sow good seed, because that's what you use the plow for, is to sow. Okay, so when you're sowing things, you planting seeds, and you nourish things. The root zan appears in words like what says I can't read that, um mawa look like it's zaran, meaning food. But how is food nourishment related to the sword? It says, let's see here. This is another part I wanted to get. All right. But I'm going to read this part also. I don't want to skip over too much. It says, the sword of war is often needed for nourishment, not in the sense of of vindictive fighting that is based on lust or avarice, but in the spiritual sense that in order to be nourished and at rest, we must sometimes engage in warfare. Okay? Since Zion represents both the number 7 and a sword, it is not surprising that it is used to divide or cut up time, you know what I'm saying, into 7 units. Shabbat, 7th day of the 7th week. We got the Passover, which is, that's how you say Shabbat. The 49th day after Passover, which is the Pentecost. Okay. All right. They got Tashri, 7th month of the 7th year. You know, different things like that. All right. This is what I wanted to get here. It says the word Zayin and remembrance. The word time, okay, in Hebrew begins with Zayin, as does the word Zakar, which means remember, and Zakaran, which means remembrance. The memory of the time is the basis of self-identity and purpose in the Most High's creation. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, this is what I wanted to get right here. You know, and I found this interesting when they put this on here. You know, it says since Wa represents man and Zion is the crown, the crown man, we can also see that Zion represents Yahushua the Messiah, the king, the true king of the Jews. And since Zion also represents a crown, a sword, we see the man Yahushua equipped with the sword of the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is some modern Hebrew, it was just interesting to see that, you know, the connections that they use and use basically a bunch of Zaz is basically the crown man. You know what I'm saying? The sword mentioned in Hebrews 4 and 12, a short sword that was sharpened on both edges of the blade. The two edge represents the two main parts of the scriptures, the Old and New Testament. Zion is a picture of Yahushua the Messiah. Since Zion represents the crown man, we would expect it to reveal other truths about Yahushua as a king of the Jews. Indeed, since Zion's sword represents our protector, Yahushua Mashiach, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and since Zion also represents nourishment, life, Yahushua is here depicted as a shepherd who feeds his sheep. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it to it. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring that out, and hopefully you brothers is edified through it. And once again, we'll give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, double honest our apostles / elders, which are GMS, and blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing truth and sincerity. Shalom.